A small request before starting the video. If you love the channel's topic, then subscribe to the channel now and press the bell icon next to it. Because one of your subscriptions encourages me to make better videos. Shocking Y&R fan theory, is Carter really Sam? Carter will do anything for his boss, Kane, on The Young and the Restless. The assistant has been loyal to Kane in the short time he's been on the show. But could this be the reason for Carter's loyalty? Secret identity. Carter, Vincent Stalba, has been a top-notch assistant for Kane, Billy Flynn. Aside from taking care of business matters, Carter's devotion to his job goes much deeper. As seen on the latest episodes, Carter is willing to commit murder to make Kane happy. Viewers assumed Carter was responsible for the murders, but his reason left many confused. His commitment to Kane goes above and beyond, so could it be because they have a special connection? On Reddit, a Y&R fan theory suggests that Carter could be Kane's son, Sam. He's Sam all sourced up. That's why he would do anything for Mr. Dumas, one user wrote. While it's an intriguing theory, most fans don't believe it. Carter looks too old to be Kane's son. Kane looks too young to be Carter's father. I had forgotten about Sam, one fan wrote. That would be the Sorazing to end all Sorazing. It would mean that Sam is older than the twins, somehow disappeared and fell into poverty a few years ago. Kane found him but is hiding his identity, one viewer replied. Carter being Sam seems far-fetched, but on Y&R, anything is possible. There's been lots of questions about Sam since Kane's return. Many fans have been wondering if Sam will return, or will the writers pretend he doesn't exist. If Sam is still out there, maybe he'll pop up again one day. Or has he already returned and nobody knows it? In the ever-twisting world of The Young and the Restless, secrets are currency, identities are fragile, and the past is never truly buried. Just when fans thought they had a handle on the latest Genoa City drama, a shocking new theory has exploded across social media, lighting up message boards and sending longtime viewers into full detective mode. The question that has everyone buzzing? Is Carter really Sam? It sounds outrageous at first. After all, Carter has been presented as exactly who he claims to be, confident, strategic, seemingly detached yet somehow always in the middle of critical story beats. But soap fans know better than to take anything at face value. On a show where presumed dead characters return with new faces, secret twins emerge from the shadows, and paternity tests are practically a seasonal tradition, the idea that Carter might secretly be Sam isn't just possible. It's deliciously plausible. The theory began quietly. A few eagle-eyed viewers noticed subtle inconsistencies in Carter's backstory. He has been frustratingly vague about his childhood, his family, and the circumstances that brought him to Genoa City. Whenever pressed, he deflects with charm or redirects the conversation. At first, it seemed like classic soap mystique. But as the weeks unfolded, the omissions began to feel intentional. Then came the emotional tells. In several key scenes, Carter reacted with unexpected intensity to mentions of Sam's name. The camera lingered just a beat too long on his face. His jaw tightened. His eyes darkened. It wasn't grief exactly, and it wasn't confusion. It was recognition. For fans trained by decades of watching Victor Newman deliver veiled threats with a raised eyebrow alone, those micro-expressions screamed that something deeper was at play. Sam, of course, has been a ghost in the narrative. Depending on which version of events you believe, Sam's story ended in tragedy. But in soap logic, ended rarely means over. Bodies go missing. Witnesses misremember. Records are altered. And with power players like Victor capable of moving mountains, and covering up scandals, nothing is ever truly certain. One of the strongest pillars of the theory hinges on timing. Carter's arrival in Genoa City coincided almost perfectly with new revelations about Sam's past. It was as if the writers were gently nudging viewers to connect dots without spelling it out. Every time someone mentioned unresolved questions about Sam, Carter would either conveniently appear in the next scene or be referenced in passing. Coincidence? Perhaps. But in a show known for layered storytelling, coincidence often masks intention. Another compelling clue lies in Carter's unusual interest in key Newman and Abbott business dealings. Why would an outsider care so deeply about the power dynamics between families like the Newmans and the Abbotts? Why would he push certain negotiations, subtly provoke specific rivalries, and position himself as a quiet observer during high-stakes confrontations? If Carter were simply Carter, his involvement might feel opportunistic. But if he were Sam, returning under a new identity with a hidden agenda, his actions suddenly make chilling sense. Imagine it. Sam, presumed gone, survives under mysterious circumstances. Perhaps he was forced into hiding. Perhaps someone powerful orchestrated his disappearance. Perhaps he learned truths so explosive that assuming a new identity was the only way to protect himself. Years later, he re-emerges as Carter, armed with knowledge, patience, and a plan. Fans have even speculated about potential surgical reconstruction or identity swaps, classic soap tropes that have reshaped characters before. Genoa City has seen its share of altered faces and rewritten DNA. It wouldn't be the first time a character reinvented themselves physically to escape danger or pursue revenge. Social media threads have dissected Carter's dialogue with forensic precision. In one episode, he made an offhand remark about knowing what it feels like to lose everything overnight. At the time, it sounded like generic backstory shading. Now, in hindsight, viewers are reinterpreting it as a confession hiding in plain sight. Lose everything overnight? Like Sam did? Or like someone forced to abandon their old life? There's also the matter of certain characters reacting to Carter with unexplainable familiarity. A fleeting look from an older character. A pause before speaking his name. An emotional undercurrent that feels heavier than their established history would suggest. Soap operas thrive on unspoken connections. When two characters share a charged silence, it's rarely accidental. Of course, the biggest narrative payoff would be the emotional fallout. If Carter is Sam, the reveal would detonate relationships across Genoa City. Allies would feel betrayed. Enemies would feel vindicated. And those who mourned Sam would be forced to confront a tidal wave of anger, relief, and confusion all at once. Picture a dramatic confrontation in the Newman living room. Victor, ever the master strategist, staring Carter down as the truth unfolds. "I knew there was something about you," he might growl, piecing together years of subtle clues. If Sam's disappearance was tied in any way to Newman power plays, the implications could shake the empire to its core. The Abbotts would hardly remain untouched. If Sam had connections, romantic or business, to their world, his return under false pretenses could reopen old wounds. Genoa City's delicate alliances could splinter overnight. And for fans who live for those explosive, multi-episode arcs, the payoff would be monumental. Skeptics argue that the theory is pure fan fiction. They point out that no explicit evidence has surfaced. No DNA tests have gone missing. No medical records have been forged on screen. But longtime viewers know that the best reveals are the ones that simmer quietly before boiling over. The writers of The Young and the Restless have mastered the art of planting seeds months, sometimes years, before harvesting the shock. It's also worth noting how carefully Carter has avoided deep romantic entanglements. In a town where relationships ignite at the drop of a hat, his restraint feels strategic. If he were Sam, perhaps he's hesitant to get too close. Perhaps he fears exposure. Or perhaps he's waiting for the right moment to strike, to reveal himself when it will cause maximum impact. The beauty of this theory lies not just in its shock value but in its thematic resonance. Identity has always been a core theme of The Young and the Restless. Who we are versus who we pretend to be. The masks we wear. The secrets we guard. Carter being Sam would encapsulate that theme perfectly. Even more intriguing is the possibility that not everyone is in the dark. What if one character already knows? What if a secret accomplice helped orchestrate the transformation? Imagine the tension if someone like Victor, or another power broker, has been aware all along, using Carter's hidden identity as leverage in a larger chess game. Fans have begun rewatching older episodes, hunting for clues they might have missed. A line of dialogue. A meaningful glance. A reference that seemed throwaway at the time. The theory has reignited excitement, turning casual viewers into full-blown investigators. And perhaps that's the true genius of it. Whether or not Carter is ultimately revealed to be Sam, the speculation has injected a fresh wave of energy into the fandom. The mere possibility has heightened every Carter scene. Every smirk, every pause, every calculated move now feels loaded with potential meaning. If the writers choose to pull the trigger on this twist, it could become one of the most talked about reveals in recent Y&R history. The shock. The betrayal. The unraveling of carefully constructed lies. It's the kind of storyline that reminds viewers why they've stayed loyal for decades. But even if the theory remains just that, a theory, it speaks to the enduring power of the young and the restless. Few shows inspire this level of passionate analysis. Few characters generate such intense scrutiny. In Genoa City, no one is ever just what they seem. So is Carter really Sam? Right now, only the writers know for sure. But in a world where the past never stays buried and identities can shift with a single revelation, fans would be wise to keep watching closely. Because if this theory proves true, Genoa City is on the verge of one of its most explosive identity shocks yet. The ripple effects of the Carter-Sam theory extend far beyond one shocking reveal. If it turns out that Carter is indeed Sam, the emotional landscape of Genoa City will shift dramatically, forcing every character to reassess alliances, trust, and their own sense of history. Imagine the personal and professional upheaval. Characters who believed they knew the truth about Sam's fate would have to confront the possibility that they were deceived for years. For those who mourned him, the revelation could bring a mixture of joy, anger, and confusion. For enemies, it could mean recalibrating strategies against a man who has lived in the shadows, accumulating knowledge and leverage. Romantic entanglements would become immediately more complicated. Sam's past relationships, particularly those with strong emotional ties, could resurface with unforeseen consequences. Love interests would be thrown into turmoil, wondering if the man they are currently involved with is truly who he claims to be. Trust, already a fragile commodity in Genoa City, would be tested to its breaking point. Characters like Chelsea, who may have had a history with either identity, would face a whirlwind of feelings that could culminate in confrontations charged with raw emotion and soap-level intensity. The professional consequences are just as explosive. Carter has been positioned strategically within various Genoa City power structures. If he is Sam, every deal he has brokered, every negotiation he has influenced, may need to be re-examined. Business alliances could fracture, partnerships might collapse, and the Newmans and Abbotts could find themselves at a disadvantage if Carter has been maneuvering with insider knowledge all along. The potential for corporate sabotage or revenge plots would skyrocket, keeping fans glued to their screens to see how the dominoes fall. The theory also opens doors to exploring Sam's mysterious past in greater depth. Writers could delve into the circumstances that forced him to assume a new identity. Was it to escape a dangerous enemy, a criminal threat, or a personal tragedy? Was there a clandestine operation at work, orchestrated by an unseen force in Genoa City, that necessitated this reinvention? The intrigue surrounding Carter's true origins could unravel a series of interwoven narratives that enriched the show's mythology while giving fans the satisfaction of piecing together long-standing mysteries. Social media speculation has amplified the buzz. Fan forums and comments sections are flooded with theories, rewatching old episodes frame by frame, and highlighting dialogue that might have hinted at the truth. Every subtle expression, cryptic comment, or unexplained absence by Carter is dissected and analyzed. Hashtag trends have surged as viewers debate evidence, share screenshots, and compile proof that Carter and Sam are one and the same. The collective enthusiasm underscores the impact a single theory can have on the audience, reinforcing the idea that speculation itself can become a storytelling tool. Soap operas thrive on timing, and if Y&R chooses to reveal Carter's true identity at a carefully chosen moment, perhaps during a major cliffhanger, a family gathering, or a high-stakes business confrontation, the payoff could be monumental. The drama would escalate across multiple episodes, with cascading consequences for every character involved. Imagine a dramatic showdown in the Newman mansion, where long-held grudges, secrets, and revelations collide, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. Even without confirmation, the mere possibility that Carter is Sam changes how fans watch every scene. Every interaction he has is now colored with potential subtext. Every glance, every pause, every minor reaction could be interpreted as a hint. This heightened awareness transforms the viewing experience, turning casual watching into an active investigation, much like a detective piecing together a complex puzzle. There's also potential for new storylines to branch off from this revelation. Characters who may have been peripheral could suddenly gain prominence if they are tied to Sam's past. New conflicts, romances, or rivalries could emerge organically, ensuring that the narrative remains fresh and compelling. Writers could explore themes of identity, loyalty, revenge, and redemption in ways that resonate emotionally with the audience while keeping the signature soap opera tension intact. In terms of fan culture, the theory has already created a dynamic community of theorists, each vying to spot the next clue. Live streams, podcasts, and fan blogs dissect episodes in near real time, creating an interactive ecosystem that extends the show's presence beyond the screen. This level of engagement is rare and valuable, demonstrating how a single compelling mystery can energize an entire fandom. In conclusion, the Carter is Sam theory is more than just a tantalizing possibility, it's a narrative device capable of redefining relationships, reshaping power dynamics, and reigniting interest in a show that thrives on unpredictability. Whether it turns out to be true or remains a fan theory, the speculation itself has already enhanced the drama, intrigue, and emotional investment of The Young and the Restless. For fans, every Carter scene is now loaded with potential. Every dialogue exchange carries weight, and every plot twist could be a piece of a larger, more intricate puzzle waiting to be revealed. In Genoa City, nothing is ever as it seems, and if this theory holds even a shred of truth, viewers are in for one of the most unforgettable storylines the show has ever delivered. The implications of Carter actually being Sam extend far beyond the obvious shock factor. They have the potential to redefine the entire moral and emotional landscape of Genoa City. From a storytelling perspective, the writers of The Young and the Restless could leverage this reveal to explore deep themes of identity, trust, and redemption. Soap operas have always excelled at showing how one secret can ripple through an entire community, and a revelation of this magnitude would be no exception. Families would fracture, friendships would be tested, and alliances would be upended as characters struggle to reconcile the Carter they know with the Sam they thought was gone forever. Victor Newman, the city's ultimate patriarch, would undoubtedly play a central role in this storyline. His instinct for control and his encyclopedic knowledge of his city's undercurrents would make him one of the first to suspect that Carter isn't who he seems. Victor's reactions would likely blend suspicion with strategy, setting up tense confrontations that would ripple through both the Newman and Abbott empires. If Sam has indeed returned under the guise of Carter, Victor would not only have to navigate the personal betrayal but also the potential corporate fallout, as Carter's insider knowledge could disrupt long-standing business plans and alliances. Romantic relationships would be another arena thrown into turmoil. Characters who had past connections to Sam, romantic or otherwise, would be forced to confront feelings long thought buried. Imagine Chelsea discovering that the man she's interacting with is actually Sam, potentially reigniting old flames or unresolved tensions. Other key characters, like Abby, Mariah, or even Nikki, could find themselves emotionally ensnared in the fallout, creating a network of interpersonal drama that feeds directly into the core of the show's emotional engine. Moreover, this theory could open up compelling explorations of Sam/Carter's psychological state. Living under a false identity for years would naturally take a toll. Fans might see him struggle with guilt over the deception, grief for lost years, and the heavy burden of keeping everyone in the dark. Writers could highlight the moral ambiguity of his choices. Was he protecting himself, seeking revenge, or both? This duality would offer rich character development, allowing viewers to empathize with him even as they grapple with feelings of betrayal. The fan response to this theory has been electric, demonstrating how invested the audience is in every twist and turn of the Genoa City narrative. Online forums, Twitter threads, and fan blogs have been dissecting every scene, pause, and facial expression, searching for micro-clues that hint at the truth. This level of engagement not only keeps existing viewers hooked but also attracts new ones who are intrigued by the mystery. Even casual viewers may be drawn in, compelled by the speculation and eager to witness the eventual reveal, however it unfolds. From a structural standpoint, this potential reveal also provides the writers with opportunities for multi-layered storytelling. They could craft a slow-burn arc where Carter/Sam's true identity is gradually hinted at through a series of calculated scenes, cliffhangers, and ambiguous interactions. Each revelation would compound tension, drawing viewers deeper into the narrative while building anticipation for a climactic payoff. Such an approach ensures that when the truth finally emerges, the emotional and dramatic impact is maximized, creating a historic moment in the soap's long-running history. The theory also invites a re-examination of past plotlines. Scenes that seemed ordinary or inconsequential could take on new significance, serving as breadcrumbs intentionally placed by the writers. Carter's subtle reactions, ambiguous dialogue, or unexplained absences could all be reinterpreted as hints at his hidden identity. This recontextualization adds depth and richness to the viewing experience, encouraging fans to actively engage with the show rather than passively consuming it. If the writers confirm the theory, the fallout would be monumental across multiple fronts. Corporate intrigue would intersect with personal vendettas, emotional reconciliations would clash with feelings of betrayal, and the power dynamics of Genoa City would be reshaped. Characters who thought they had control would suddenly find themselves at the mercy of a man who has lived in the shadows, watching, learning, and strategically positioning himself for maximum advantage. Ultimately, the Carter is Sam theory embodies everything fans love about the young and the restless: suspense, emotional intensity, and intricate plotting. Whether the theory proves true or remains speculative, it has already revitalized discussions among viewers, inspired fresh fan theories, and heightened anticipation for future episodes. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of the show that a single character's identity could generate this level of excitement and speculation. In Genoa City, the line between truth and deception is always thin, and if this theory holds, Carter may just be the catalyst for one of the most unforgettable storylines in recent memory.